Alyssa Gabriel at a Washington, D.C. Aquarium Club meeting many years ago. And she had to remind me of that. I didn't remember it, but it was 2 years later. I met her at the Macna event in Washington, D.C. And she had the most beautiful tank full of seahorses I'd ever seen. So I got to talking to her because I kind of had a history of seahorses, and we kept in touch. And over the next couple of years, I gave her a lot of advice about seahorses. She told me she only fed the babies brine shrimp, and I said, well, you could do so much better. And I told her about copepods and algae and all these things. And I decided I really had to go see her farm. So it was a year or two after that, I went and visited her farm for the first time. And I immediately felt so dumb because I realized there was no advice I could possibly give her because she had the most beautiful collection of seahorses and the most beautiful farm, for aquatic farm I'd ever seen. And it just blew me away, the success she was having in this little space. And what made it even more impressive was sitting down and talking with her about her story. And I'd worked in aquaculture for many years already, and I'd just seen one farm after another fail and spending enormous money. So listening to her story about how she started at working in a fish store, doing some coral propagation, and then started taking some seahorses that were in stock and doing a little breeding there, and then growing out of that and moving into her garage, and then moving into this big, beautiful new facility that she built on her property. And every one of those expansions took place only out of profits from her seahorses. And so it just warmed my heart to see the success she was having, building on her own success and watching this farm grow and being successful. And I just really needed to see that. It gave me new faith in the ability for people to make it in aquaculture. And now seeing what she's done on social media with her website and her Facebook Seahorse Savvy page, and the amount of support she gives to all of her customers, the amount of time she spends not only trying to get them great seahorses, but making sure that they're all successful with their tanks, and now this whole line of seahorse tank mates and things that she just, her whole life, I'm sure it was very, very hard for her to get away and be here tonight. And that's because of her dedication, trying to make all of her customers successful with seahorses. So, Alyssa,
Thanks.
it's about time that you were up here. The first thing I did after visiting her farm was come back and nominate her, and I've nominated her every year since, so it really makes me so happy to see her up here tonight.
It's exciting to be here in person. I haven't actually been to Macna since 2015. And this is actually the first time I've been away from my farm in 3 years overnight. And my mom and dad are here too. It's the first time we've been anywhere as a family in the 8 years since I've started Seahorse Savvy overnight. So they were excited to be here too. I appreciate everybody that we work with. We are a seahorse farm, and we have some amazing people that help contribute to it. But we also do a lot more than seahorses and work with some incredible vendors on both aquaculture fish and also sustainably collected fish. That's something we promote heavily for our trade. I'm excited to get back to my seahorses soon. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations. So next, I'm going to